Hello and welcome to another art session. Hope everyone had a well. I hope some people at least had a good Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. So yeah. So today we're gonna this will be the last day on here for the oops. What did I just hit? Oh no. I definitely don't want that. For the Dinovember. I'll try some classical today. If I can find it. Bum, 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 bum. Instrumental. Sorry, one sec. I'm just gonna look for the music. Because I did like the. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Glad to have a few days off. It's been really nice. So. One sec. There. Okay. Yeah, this is Falcarius is the creature we're doing today, which is another creature that has it's another one of the. I guess it comes from sickle cutter apparently, which I guess maybe it's claws on its wings, on its hands, which are long and have feathers on them. So. I wonder if this is related to that one that showed up in that one Lost World where that one was much bigger species of this family tree where it because I remember those had really long claws too and were bird-like. I forget what those were called. I know that's different though. Because they were like a significant amount taller. These are like less than like I think these are like 4 feet tall or something like that, maybe. So yeah, let's do some warm-ups first. Just draw some animals to get started as usual. It's a nice way to start it up. Let's see. Going to my favorite place, which is line of action. Once I find it, it's hidden in all my links. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, next time we're going to be going back to probably drawing like hands and faces, probably, because we'll be doing folklore on the next drawing session, because that's when we'll be doing the no thanks. Nope. Nope. Nah, a lot of bugs and drawings I've done already. Here's a guy. Oops. There's a friend I haven't drawn in a while. And I did want to draw his prehistoric relative, but he didn't come up for this year, so oh well. That's the alligator. Because their distant relative was huge, and I gotta wonder, like, how long were their fasting periods? Because, or I should say gestation periods, because even gators now can like go an incredible amount of time. Whoops, I didn't even. I just started drawing in it. Too slow. Yep. I need to do something quicker. Yeah, they apparently can like go into like their version of like a hibernation kind, and just sleep under the ice with their nose sticking out. It's really interesting. It's a little kitty. It's a black cat too. It's one of my favorites. Not that I dislike other ones. I also like those. I mean, two favorites are the black ones, and then the striped gray ones. But I've seen like orange ones that were really friendly. So, or white ones. So it's hard to pretend like there's a choice. Oops. Oof. Drawing a Falcarius today, and I get a falcon. Hello. I'm glad you could drop by today. Just doing some warm-ups before I get into drawing dinosaurs. They are pretty awesome. Man, these are hard. These are like really quick drawings because it's like I have like 30 seconds or something like that. So I'm like, you can kind of hear the beep. That's because this is a website called Line of Action, which does like gives you a nice like quick drawing challenge. I was supposed to be a falcon. But kind of forces you to like construct the body forms and find short form for them pretty quick. Yes, a lizard. This is a skink, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh, cool. You got another cat. This one's a kitten. I could be able to capture it 100%, but I can at least get its... At least get the big eyes. Do, 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 do. Ah, gotta hurry. Yep, that was it. I don't want to draw a frog. Not one from that angle, anyway. Oh, cool! One more. This will be a good final one because we're talking. I was saying earlier that it's a shame that I think it's Dinosuchus wasn't on the list this year because those ancient alligators are crocodiles. I think they're crocodiles. The crocodilians are just so huge and impressive. Like they look like a monster hunter creature, like one of the. Like something that would show up around the time of the dragon, when the dragons show up in that game, where it's just like, oh, okay, these are the serious monsters, because they're big enough that they could probably snack on a T-Rex if it got too close to the water. And considering what like gators and crocodiles do today, I don't doubt that they did, because alligators don't care. If you're near the water, you're fair game. Herbivore or carnivore. They're just like, yeah, I'm hungry. I don't care. I'll go for that zebra, but I'll also go for that lion. And there's only a few things that... I mean, like jaguars can just wreck them. They have like those teeth that can just, their jaws on them are just strong enough to pretty much like, and they can swim fast, so they, it's like the definitely one of the cats they don't want to tangle with. Okay, I'll do this and then I'll finish on a One Piece character. The giraffe. I'm with him. Giraffes are pretty cool looking. They're especially for an herbivore, they have a really unique form. Like those legs look wonky, look wobbly, but they can kick hard enough to like take out a. You know what? Since the last one, I'm going to give myself a little more time because I barely made it. Well, and the crazy thing, speaking of which, with the alligators is like they can take off one of their like a competing mate's like. This is gonna sound. I hope this doesn't sound too gross, but they can actually like take off a leg from another competing mate, and that one will live. Like it won't. That's not a like. I don't remember how. I don't know how they do it entirely, because usually that would be really bad for. They've something with the blood flow in them. They can like slow it down to stop them from bleeding. Giraffes are cute. I agree. They're tall friends. Just give them their space, and they'll be your best. They'll be a tall friend you can count on. Because I have not drawn many giraffes, so I apologize for how rough this is. They are very unique in their anatomy, but it's close to the things I've been drawing in some ways, so it's good to play around with, to learn off of these, to draw the dinosaurs better. They're definitely one of those ones where like you have total sympathy for their the little ones, because like they're born, like deer are wobbly enough, but these guys are born with stilt legs, so and at least some deer are born in areas where there aren't like, majority carnivores. Whereas these guys are like 5 seconds out of into the world, and it's like, yeah, stay close to your mom. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit off, but it's pretty accurate, I'd say. Considering the majority of this was drawn like in a really constrained time limit. I'm trying to fix it now, but just so I can like end on one that's fully complete. Kind of wanted to finish on a kitten, but oh well. That would have been a better way to end. Yeah, it's been too long. That's good enough. Let's get to work. So... how should I pose this guy? How big? Oh yeah, they're only like... Oops, excuse me. They're only... they're like 3.5 to 4 feet tall or something like that, I believe. So they're not the biggest. But as I was saying when I started today, I think these are related to that creature from the Jurassic Park movie, where they have the I don't know, that's a good question. Oh, they're ungulates. So they evolved from like antelope creatures. Yeah. Huh. What is this called? Huh. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. Because there definitely are Because there is an antelope that's like, yeah, but there is an antelope even alive now. They're not as common, but they're pretty big too. I forget what they're called, but they're quite massive. I think they're in Africa. And yeah, for once, not in Australia. One second, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. Here it is. Nice. Oops. Oh, it's on the floor. That's. Phone's beeping at me too. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, this is Falcarius. It's apparently it's pretty unique. It's got a let's see. Yeah, it's like a bird dinosaur. Like they have a lot of feathers, so they must have been, let's see, early Cretaceous. Okay. And they were, yeah, like 13 feet long, so not huge, but not tiny. But that's why I think they look kind of like that thing from that one Lost World one where that bird one that had the giant claws. But this is a bit more feathered and obviously a lot smaller. So. But as we've seen, oh yeah, here it is. Here's the bigger one. I was right, because the Therizina sauridae is the big one from the Jurassic Park movie, because they have their name translates to scythe lizard. So they were from late Cretaceous. So okay, this is the starter Pokemon of of that one. Funny, yeah. It is cool that once you start looking at dinosaurs enough, you start to see like their lineage lines. And I don't just mean, I mean, there's the obvious ones, like if you see like a ceratopsian, you're like, okay, anything that is from that family is going to stand out. But like certain things, you're just like, oh, okay, this thing's got long claws, so it must be part of this family. Because things don't usually just like, I mean, there is parallel evolution, but usually things stick together. Yeah, like these claws that are in their feathers, kind of. Dun, dun, dun. Nice. Oh, I forgot to talk when we were talking about anime the other day. And you were saying you like the shonen. I actually am watching a shonen. I forgot about it because I was taking a break from it. But I'm watching Sanda, which is that one with us where the guy turns into Santa Claus. It's really fun, actually. It's really gory, though. I did not. I was surprised. I mean, like from the beginning, I could tell it was going to be a little dark, but then like the latest few episodes, I'm like, oh boy, they are not holding back. Like this is like Chainsaw Man level like gore. Like, they are not afraid. So kids should definitely not watch because they don't want a child to see Santa being like stabbed. Yeah, it's I think it's made by Trigger. I could be wrong, but let me double check that. I think I'm like 90% certain because of the art style. Oh wait, that's right, it's not on here, I forgot. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe not. Huh. I was wrong. I swear it's some of the art. It feels like some of those artists are from Studio Trigger, though. Like, maybe it's a smaller part of Trigger. Like, maybe they split their team up. Because it feels... It definitely feels that way. Like the combat is very like fast and high energy, kind of like BNA, kind of in that way, which would have been really good if they had just written a better version of the ending. Because I love the characters and I really like the story, but the end of BNA was just kind of a little bit of a letdown. Like there's a few characters that they introduced in BNA that I was like, oh, this character's gonna be so cool. And then they just gave them the most like cliche, like instant bad guy for no reason like thing that happened to them, and I'm like, but why? It's like, I know you were leaning that way a little bit, but I thought they were gonna surprise by making it turn out to be not true or something. Like they were kind of just like pointing that like they were a creepy character, but it turns out they were actually just like good intention, but just acted weird. Yeah, BNA's from that's a Studio Trigger, Beast Nation Alliance. It's really good. Like the main character, because all the characters have humanoid forms, but can turn into, or like some of them. I can't remember. I think they all have humanoid forms, but their main form is animal humanoid. So, like the main character is like he becomes like part wolf. So he's like a silver. He's got like silver fur. And there's like a whole story behind why he looks the way he looks too in the story. So this one's been kind of tricky because I don't have as many references for this, surprisingly. Because I guess due to its like, there's really not that many. Like I'm just using the Wikipedia kind of and just looking at the skeleton, and then looking at a picture, like a rough scientific drawing. To try and like kind of create but yeah, B&A it was pretty cool. Like the action was really interesting. It just, like I said, the ending's a little bit disappointing because like I'm so used to Trigger like hitting its marks right. Like I mean, like Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill. Those both have like a very like easy to follow. Like, I mean, they're both crazy, but they both have like a like moments where like you can tell things are turning, and then like you're like, oh, okay, this is when the main part of the story is going to be explained, and everything will be heading towards the conclusion. And B&A kind of like got a little convoluted in the end. Like it tried to introduce new characters near the end, and yeah. But I still like it. It's just a little flawed, but still fun. I mean, I have some of those anime where you'd still watch it even though it's not perfect. Like, I mean, the first season of Promised Neverland was so good. I'd rather just say that the show's good and pretend there's not a second season. Because that was the unfortunate part where it kind of tapered off and became something different. And I don't recommend watching the second season if you haven't. Like that first season was so interesting with that whole like escaping from everything. I won't spoil why. That's a part of the story, but it's like a game of cat and mouse through the whole thing, and it's just really great characters. And then they kind of forgot that in the second season, and we're like, let's just add in these. Let's turn it into like having this other lore that was never mentioned earlier. because there was no way of knowing it. But have it be more important than the characters themselves. And it's like, but that's why I'm watching the show, is for the to see the kids and see them persevere. Yeah. No, I felt the same way too. And it's such a shame because I was getting so excited. Like, they made him... He fought against his main antagonist, who... Or, like, I guess his antagonist, like the other boogeyman out there. And, which was essentially Jason. Which was so cool. And then you're like, okay, how are they going to top this? And then you get a flash forward, and he's like on a team of ghouls for some reason. And like, there's no explanation for why he's on the team. I'm sure maybe in the manga there might have been. But as someone watching the show, and maybe I missed it even in the show, but like, it just was so much of an abrupt change in like everything. And then like they introduce like the main big bad, and then like you realize who they're related to, and I'm just like, I don't care. It's like, guys, this is too much. It's like, this is a lot to throw on to me in like a few episodes. Like, the lore drop just gets intense near the end. And that's kind of what I mean with BNA. It was like that, where it's like, it would have been a great show if it weren't for that. Because like the final fight felt like more like a cutscene with like massive dialogue tree. And I'm just like, guys, can we just like not talk during this? Save the talking for after, maybe? Like, maybe someone else explains what's going on afterwards? Because I don't need talking right now. I need fighting. It's like, no more flashbacks in the middle of a combat, like Dragon Ball Z style. I just want to see you two fight. Yeah. Well, did you understand that scene, like with in Tokyo Ghoul, like when he's all of a sudden in that prison break scene? I had no idea what was going on, and they kind of were like, "Okay, here's the scene," and I'm like, and they're like, "Okay, now let's go back to the cafe," and I'm like, "But you didn't explain any of that." It's like, what? It's like, nope, we're not gonna. It's like, but everything up until now you did. It's like, I need cliff notes for this. I don't need like a long exposition, but even like a hint at like why he was doing what he was doing would have been really nice. And with certain shows, if it's simpler, I don't need that. But when you're doing with something like that, where like there's a lot of lore around the, yeah, Me too. Okay, good. It wasn't because like they made ghouls into this like really. It was an interesting idea, but if you kind of only half explain ghouls and then kind of like make them so unique, and then kind of forget that that's something that isn't in real like lore, and act like it is, it kind of makes people like, wait, what? It's like ghouls are usually just like these monsters that feed on the undead or feed on the dead. Like they're just like these carrion monsters usually. I mean, they in different cultures they're different, obviously, but yeah, it's like okay. And then there's shows like that, because of the everything that happened in. See, I'm always wondering what YouTube's gonna hit me with, but that event that happened in the early in 2020. Although I don't get advertising, so I'll just say it. Because of COVID, they a lot of studios shut down, and I was watching this one anime called Burn the Witch, which was really cool, but they only made 3 episodes. So it was like, oh, okay. I was gonna watch that, guys, but sure. Like, the funny thing is, those are still on Crunchyroll, and yet other anime that I've watched in the past don't exist on there at all. And I'm like, guys, why do you care about this show that had 3 episodes where there are these other shows that are better that are just like lost to history? Such a shame. I don't know what their eggs were relative to them. I'll make them that big because I don't want this creature to be like the kiwi and have to like lay eggs that are like the size of its abdomen. Yeah, a lot of shows really just like sadly just didn't make it through all that. I just wish that like One Punch. I wish I wish Madhouse had stayed with that because they did such a better job. I mean, I don't want to encourage people to throw shade at that new studio, but like they kind of shouldn't have taken the job. Like I would have rather have just seen like the show end on 2, or just been like in hiatus for longer, instead of seeing that come out now and being like, I mean, it's something, but it's not really what I wanted. It's like Naruto filler episodes where you're looking at it and you're like, well, that is technically Naruto, but he looks very stock photo-y. Like like it's too bad about that, because although to be fair, I haven't even seen the episodes yet, so I shouldn't say anything for sure yet, because I'm just basing it off of like the reviews I keep reading or and seeing online about One Punch. So maybe it's better than than the internet's saying. It's very possible it's better than that. Kind of like how, I mean, the last season of the episodes I've seen of Spy Family weren't bad. They just weren't quite the same as the last season. I mean, last season we had like us pretty much just like nearly murdering everyone in the town just to protect her pseudo daughter, and turning like mafia guys into like soccer balls bouncing down. Mafia and like political insurgents just like were nothing for her to take. Like she's just like kicking them and making them launch like a cartoon character down the alleyway. Like I love that episode where they're the penguins. That was, and she just like embeds that guy in the ceiling, and you're like, how does no one see this? It's like, those must be some really interesting animals for no one to notice this guy hanging there and a woman standing right next to him. And be like, oh, okay, yeah. Totally normal day. Oh, you haven't seen it at all? It's really good. I highly recommend it. Like especially the first season was so fun. Like, I mean, the whole premise is pretty great, where it's just like, where a telepathic girl gets adopted by a secret agent, and the secret agent realizes he needs to find a someone to play as the wife as well, and he finds this girl who turns out to be an assassin. and the only one that knows the truth about everyone is the girl, because she can read their minds. And it's so funny. I don't think it's that much puffed out. Kind of went too far with that. It's kind of just lightly sticking out now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a nice high octane, and like the best part is like there's also a movie, and much like with Jujutsu Kaisen, or even more so than Jujutsu Kaisen, you don't need to. I mean, you can watch it first if you want. I mean, it helps better not to, because then like you understand who the characters are. Because like when I was showing my friend the show, we saw the movie was the first thing to come up, and I'm like, we can watch this if you want, but you're not gonna really understand these or appreciate the characters. So we ended up just watching all the episodes. Because yeah, because they're really quite fun. Yeah. Clean this up. I don't like how this is coming. Just gonna narrow the beak a little bit more. Maybe narrow and lengthen. Yeah, and another one I need to go back to is Mob Psycho, and that's why I'm not in a hurry to watch One Punch, is because I still haven't caught up on Mob Psycho. So, and I know that gets really exciting later on too. Yeah, definitely. And when you can binge it, because like I'd say One Piece is binge worthy, but you can't binge it. There's no way. Like, you can try if you have like an entire like month off work, but but yeah, Mob is. Did you see when they tried to do the live action version of it, and it was just, I saw like a clip from it, and I'm like, guys, you can't make this live action. It's like everything about that movie, I mean about that show, is a comic, essentially. Like, it's basically like all humor that's like anticipation and then result kind of jokes. Like, even more so than One Punch, it's got like these moments where like, well, like my favorite joke was when she yeah, you would, when he joins the athletic club because he wants to be popular with girls, and then he and then after everything, and the psychic club is trying to get him because they know that he's actually a real like powerful telekinetic, and they need someone to like boost their numbers and give them more clout in the school. And at the end of the episode, when they're like, in any other show he would have changed his mind, but in this he's just like, nope, I'm staying with them. She's just like, oh, so you're gonna come with us now, right? And he's like, no, I'm like deadpan, like straight faced. He's just like, no, I'm staying with those guys. Yeah. I didn't even get as far as the other like characters in the show. I just saw the scene where they tried that scene that I just described done live action, and it does not work. because it's a kid actor to begin with, and the deadpan face only works if it's like done in like such a simplified like style like that show has for their main characters. Kind of like how when Saitama's face changes from like highly rendered to like just like hard outlines. Like they both do that. Actually, that's a little further back. But yeah, like you point out, like, well, that's what drives me crazy about all these live action movies now to begin with, is that like they say they're live action, but like 90% of everything on the screen is CG. Like they're gonna make a Moana movie, and she's just gonna be in a like CG environment with like that probably is gonna be AI generated, I bet, because that's the way Disney's going. Like they have like no standards anymore. These wings are a little too big. I got a little carried away. I'll make them a little smaller. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Yeah, it got to the point recently where I guess the creator of Owl House found out that they were going to be doing these procedurally generated shorts on Disney Plus. So she was like, "You know what, guys? I endorse you stealing my show. It's like, please cancel your subscriptions." It's like, that's how angry she is at them right now. We get stuck with renewals that aren't even good. Like, if it was even watchable, because at least, like, when Jungle Book came out, that was at least watchable. Now they're not even that. Like, now they're just, like, holding on to... Really? Huh. Weird. Yeah. But it's just weird with Moana because it's like... It's not even 10 years... I think... Yeah, it's not even 10 years old. It's like 8 or something like that. So it's like... Guys, let it have some shelf life before you remake it. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I think this is kind of like another stage of them making a mistake that they're going to realize very quickly won't work. And I'm sure that when their investors start to pull out of these because because they don't see the numbers, they'll go back to doing like much bigger productions that are like actually have artists behind them. I'm hoping it goes down. I'm hoping all their production. I mean, the wish of like wanting all their productions to go down won't happen. But I can. Part of me can hope. Like I don't need this many Disney things in a year, but I know that they want to anyway. So I won't get my way with that. So there's no point worrying about that. Where do they live? Let's see. Let's put in more of like. Yeah. Because there's rumors. I mean, I'm sure that they're seeing the writing on the wall with all these indie companies popping up, where like they're gonna disappear if they don't try something. Like they. Although I don't know. Cinderella. Which one was Cinderella? I think that was long ago enough that it still was okay. Yeah, that was back when they were just like starting to do that stuff. That was because that was like the third one or something like that, I think. So that was still while they were not as bad. But now we're getting into these ones where it's like, guys, why are you? Where they're just remaking it shot for shot and like. But also like changing bits to like work a certain dialogue in about like how they want to change the characters. And like, guys, just keep them the same. Why do you need to change them? Because like Maleficent was fine because it's a side story. Like I don't get why I was hoping they would do more of those. Like, I was hoping for, like, an Ursula storyline where it's, like, the early years of her, and instead we got that Little Mermaid movie that I don't think really anyone asked for. That, I don't know. I just didn't think, it didn't look good. Like, I feel bad for the actress that was in it, because, like, they really shot it poorly. Like, here's one of your debuting acting roles, and it's, in this movie where it's so dark that people probably won't even see your face. Sorry. Oops. Then again, I'm hoping that even the hero movies, I hope those get better, because I haven't even gone to see any of them in a while. I kind of want them to go back to just being like about only the hero, because I don't need an extended universe on everything. Like when the Blade movie comes out, I don't want it to be attached to anyone. Like maybe the Night Stalkers, but that's it. I don't need it to be like connected to the Fantastic Four or any of that, you know. Like he. Yeah, I mean, honestly, of all the older, like, early generation Marvel movies, I'd say Blade is probably the top. Like, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man was good, but I think Blade like, the first Blade was a bit better. Like, I think the second Spider-Man is what still high on my list of, like, Spider-Man movies I like. Because I really liked the actor who played, like, his conversations with Octavius were really cool. And, like, the way they presented that character was really well done. But, like, Blade, just, like, everything about, like, his storyline and who he fought and, like, how they did his story was just really well done. I mean, the later movies weren't great, but who cares? I mean, it's like Aladdin. By the third one, you're like, I'm just happy to see that the actor still gets to play the character. Because Dracula, I did not care about at all in the third one. But it was still fun to see him in another role. And he was one of those actors that, like, he really, I mean, I think he was already, I can't remember if he was already doing this or if Blade was what inspired him, but he studied martial arts, like, extensively. Like, he was really serious about getting good at that. Because most of the time, like, especially back then, they would just kind of, like, find somebody else to jump in. But he's like, no, I'm going to get good at this. I think it's also that back then the studios weren't as, like, demanding of them too. Like, I think now they're expected to do these things and have specific diets. And like, I remember hearing an interview with Hugh Jackman where, like, he would say, like, in order to do, like, if he heard he had a shot where he was going to be, like, shirtless for a long time, he would purposely, like, CrossFit just so that he could get to the point where he'd look good for that one shot. Because he pointing out that, like, just how hard that level of, like, physique is to maintain. I think they've all become, they're older now and they're all directors. All the like like Jet Li is like in his late 70s to 80s, I think. He must be. I think he's 80. But he doesn't really look it. He looks maybe like early 70s. And some of the other one, let me look it up. Is that him? I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm because like there was that one Korean guy too that was really popular for a short while. I'm blanking on his name right now, but he did a lot of parkour. Yeah, anyway, and he was in like a movie called The Guardian where he was Donnie. Which one's Donnie? Donnie. Yeah, okay. He's really good. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does seem like a lot of them kind of like went into like directing and or just like became like probably choreographers or like I don't know. I just haven't seen too many of them. Which is a shame because I did like that genre. Like, there's so many good movies from like with like Jet Li and Jackie Chan. But Donnie Yen was really good too. Yeah. Like I love that with Jackie Chan he had this thing where he didn't do jump cuts in his movies. He hated them. And those were really prevalent in the late 90s, early 2000s. So he would always make people do the full shot, which looked really good. Because then you see the full fight. It's both characters are in the shot. There's no like camera jumps. Which always look awkward because it's like they almost look comedic now if you look at them. Like the first X-Men movie had one jump cut where Mystique kicks Wolverine, but it's so like abrupt and out of nowhere that it's hard to track how she moved her leg in that path. Like he's holding her and all of a sudden her foot's like hitting him in the back of the head or something, like, which would have looked really cool. It's not impossible, but it would have looked really cool. It would have looked way better if you actually saw what she did. Instead of just seeing her foot hit him. What's your favorite Donnie Yen movie? Just curious. Do, 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 do. Oh, okay. I don't think I saw either one of those. Let me see if I've seen... I know that name, though, so I must have seen something he's been in. Okay, yeah, I've... Oh, yeah, I saw It Man. Yeah, I saw him in It Man. That was the one I saw him in. Oh, yeah, and he was in Rogue One. I forgot about that, too. Let's see... I didn't see Mulan. I'm sorry to hear he was in that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Special ID was... Yeah, that was 2013. Heroes... Yeah, that was a really good... I love that movie, yeah. I remember going to see that in the theater with my friend, and the whole ride home, we were like dissecting what each color meant and like how they what the transitions between them meant, and like just like how well it was, like every shot was done. 14 blades here. It's cool. Cool. Oh, I didn't know he was in here as well. That's awesome. Because yeah, plus the fights were really fun in that. Much like Jackie Chan, one of his early things was about drunken fighting. It's called drunken Tai Chi. That's funny. I just got like pulled into the IMDb for a second. Oh yeah, he was in... That's right, he's in Blade. He's in Blade 2. Yeah, there are those actors, aren't there? Like I think even in like there's definitely been some like superhero movies where like the bad guy doesn't get any lines at all, and you're just like, oh, okay, why did you guys choose this character if you didn't want them to talk? But yeah, Ip Man was really good. If you haven't seen that one, I recommend it because it's really cool to see a kung fu movie that's also a historical piece, because it like really goes into like what was happening at that time and with China and Japan. And I believe it's based, yeah. I mean, it's exaggerated, obviously, but to a degree, a little bit. But like, it is about a guy who ended up being Bruce Lee's master. So definitely an interesting story. Let's get the color now. It's been... These guys are... I don't know if there's really any color in these guys, unless this is a female, but I guess we could always play around and have some fun. Mike Tyson. Huh. It is funny when you can catch that stuff and it's like, guys, come on. Like with the, what are those action movies, with, not, oh gosh, I'm blanking on it right now, with like Jet Li and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jason Statham. But, I mean, I enjoyed them because they were just dumb fun. Like, and they made three of them apparently, so. No, hey, I like this. It's nice having someone to talk to while I draw. No worries at all. Plus, I am a huge. My closest friend is like he was an instructor for Taekwondo, so I watched a lot, and he really got me. I mean, I already liked it, but he really got me into it more. And then I went off on my own and looked into like the more artsy ones, like the Crouching Tigers and House of Flying Daggers and like Flying Guillotine. Well, Flying Guillotine's not really artsy. It's just kind of unique. It's definitely of its time, but I'm still glad I watched it when I did. I'm gonna make the female of this species be bigger, because usually with several, it's always a good guess. Typically they are. And the males are always more colorful. Or usually, in many cases they are. Because they have to compete for attention. So I was going to make this other one have like some brighter colors mixed in. And keep her more in the tan range. Kind of like, you know, with ducks. Like the female ducks are just pretty much very limited in color versus the males. Yeah, I'd say so. I can always double check it later, but considering this is not a prize winning competition, kinda just don't care that much. I mean, I care to the degree that I wouldn't want to misinform people, but other than that, like for the sake of the art challenge, I doubt I would be penalized. I did just watch this whole like thing on YouTube of the Carboniferous era, which is all about the came before the dinosaurs with the insects, and that is a crazy time. Like how that was when we had those giant centipedes, and it is pretty much what inspired a character in my comic, which is there's this necromancer that can essentially he can revive ancient fossil insects and arthropods. And because I think that would, I figured that was like the coolest thing. I think I might have shown him, but he's I figured that that's a better weapon than humans. He's just like, yeah, humans are disposable. Like, our skeletons are pretty easily breakable especially after we've passed. Like, so going to like an ancient creature that has like a hard shell body. Yeah. Oh, here, I'll show you. I think I might have brought him up once before, but he's I do have a character sheet for him. Oh, that's not the right one. Oh, here we go. No. Hey, this is channel art. Sorry. 1 second. Do. Because I do have a few cool pictures of him. But they're all in one spot, and I... Dun 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 dun. I gotta organize this week again. I thought I knew where he was. It's like I had everything organized perfectly, and then I must have moved him. Both of him. Do. Yeah, I must have moved him somewhere else, because he's not in my main folder. Oh, here he is. Sorry about that. This is an old drawing I did of him. It's not his character sheet, but I think it's better than that. Might have to go back and clean this up a little bit, but I think it represents him pretty good. Where he could revive dinosaurs and ancient giant insects. Like he was my character that's like I had the two that were kind of the Naruto and Sasuke kind of thing, but like not to that extent, but like he's the quiet antisocial guy that's kind of like Professor Snape kind of thing, where he's just like doesn't want to deal with people in general. He wants to just stick his nose in his books and just study more magic. And I'm going to have him show up in my current comic, because I made him the brother of the mother that they're going to try and rescue. So it's going to lead to some fun conversation between Richard Steelsong and him. Yeah. Okay, good. I thought I brought it up. He is one of my favorites. Like, I am glad I found a spot for him in my new comic, because, yeah, it was kind of both of them. I'm going to try and fit them both in somehow. Be ashamed to lose them. Because the other guy's pretty much like an earthbender, essentially. It's kind of like my version of Bolin, kind of, but with older. And a little bit more durable, so I can put him in like One Punch Man kind of situations where he gets just like clobbered. That's Richard. Yeah, that's Richard Steele's song. Is the mustache guy? Yeah. Yeah, I found a lot of the pages, actually. I've been going through, and like I found some. I was going through my files, and I was finding older versions that were more colored in. Like, I don't think I even showed this page, but which is when they were like in, and this is him going to visit that sorcerer guy I was talking about, where she's just like, well, I'm gonna stay here, you go. It's like, I'm gonna just chill out. And I like his expression, that as he's casting it, I like that expression in the first page where he's just like, oh, this is gonna not this, I hate this. It's like, oh boy. Ugh. But yeah, I have some new pages I want to work on starting in December. Like, this is a page where they're going to be like training, because after their first fight, she feels kind of inadequate. So like, he's like, I'm going to go talk to your uncle, do some studying, and when we get back, we can see if you're up for this, and if you're not, we'll figure something else out for you to do. Like, find another way for you to be useful. But because he wants to get her confidence up, so he challenges her to a duel just to test her skills. So and she proves to herself that she can hold her own. Because even he points out in the story that, like, he's nowhere as strong as he used to be. So this isn't about strength, it's about being fast and smart to save his wife, her mother. Because I like those, like, race against time, like, high action kind of stories. So I haven't seen too many. There's only a few. I mean, this isn't like the only one that exists, but there's not very many like calamity-based like sci-fis out there. At least not that have been made public. Like, there's plenty of I'm sure there's lots. There's a couple books, but I haven't seen too many movies. It's a crazy amount of effort. And honestly, the biggest problem I have that I'm going to have to get over with this year is you just have to give up on thinking it's going to be great. Like, you just have to get it done. Like, for the longest time, I've deluded myself into thinking that I could just, like, work on improving my storytelling in the background while doing my channel and just eventually get to it. But every time I talk about it, everyone wants to see it, and I'm like, it's nowhere near done. So I think I'm just gonna have to just release it and get better as I write it, because like it's never gonna be perfect anyway. So but I mean, in a way, I don't think it really has to be, is the other part. And that's another thing I need to realize, is that, like, financially, I'm not, like, counting on it or anything, so it's a perfect time to just get it out and move on, and then try and move on to other stories, or just continue with other chapters of this story. Because I have, like, one arc planned, but I mean, I could do other ones later on if these characters are really popular. Or I could just finish it off with them and move to other people. Because it's a big world. It's like going from, like, Vox Machina to Mighty Nine. I could do that. Or I could just stay with Vox Machina. Which, by the way, I need to catch up on those episodes. I'm behind on that show. So, like, that's just me also saying that, like, just because you gave up now doesn't mean I wouldn't, like, don't delete your art, because 10 years from now you might find a way to put those characters in the background of another story, because that's what happened to me. Because my first story was about Cole and Clay, and now they're the background characters, and so I would just urge don't just delete them, because I'm sure there's a lot to them. I would hate to see all your work just disappear. Because even the main characters of my first comic went through so many iterations before they got close to where I had a story. What color should I do for this guy? Maybe they're more of like a reddish brown, like a Oh. Yeah. That's fine. Why not? I mean, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was black and white, and look where that got. So, I mean, just do what's comfortable. I only went digital because, like, I knew for streaming that would be faster, but my comic actually did start out traditional as well. I knew I wanted color in it, and I knew that, but I've seen artists that just do watercolor and gouache regardless, and what was it called? I don't have it in front of me right now, but there's a couple artists I know that just did that. I mean, like like Lackadaisy, that was tradition. That I think that was started traditional, like, and then it went digital, but they definitely can draw well traditional as well. So, and there's this one YouTuber, she had this one about tiny people, like kind of like from that Ghibli film, what was that called, with the little people, Ariete. Yeah, she had this one that was kind of like that, but like it's all watercolor and ink, and oh, it looks good. But it's got a nice cartoon style to it, and so yeah, I'd say keep going for it. Have fun with traditional. That's the number one thing with doing this to begin with. If it's like, sure, it's great to make money on it too, but honestly, if you're not having fun at all, then I don't know. I can't imagine doing that to myself entirely. Yeah, Arietta was really good. Yeah, the Ghibli films are just like it's so hard. I mean, like, I would put that on on the back side of my list, but that doesn't mean it's bad. That just means, like, when it comes to like what I would watch, I probably would go for Spirited Away or Castle in the Sky before that, but that's still a really good one. Plus, one of the characters has my name. They are. They're really, like, nice and cozy. Like, you could just, like, sit down and you feel like you could just live in that town or in that setting and be so content. Like, even the ones that are more action-packed, like Howl's Moving Castle, like, there's so many cozy moments in that where you're like, oh, I wish I lived in this house. It's like, it looks so relaxing in there when there's not, like, people attacking them. When there aren't witches hunting them, or, like, the military trying to find them, or... It looks so nice. That one was, yeah, no, that one was really good too. Like I said, there really isn't a bad one. Like, it's The Cat Returns is I think the one you're talking about, because Cat Returns was pretty good. It had I liked the what was his name? He had a funny name. I'm blanking on it right now. But there was this like giant like Garfield kind of cat that like was like was kind of like the other like became like the best character in that movie, kind of. Like there was the cool cat guy who was the prince, but then you had this like giant hedonistic one that was like a, and he was really funny. But yeah, I like that. That was fun. And the funny thing is, because you know what you're thinking of too, is Whisper of the Heart also had, she the shopkeeper had a little statue of or a little doll of the main character of the prince. So that's probably why you're getting the Cat's Whisper, because your brain did both movies at the same time. So you weren't wrong. You were just kind of like squeezing two movies together into one. Because she wants to be a writer, and she makes a short story about the prince. And like it's not perfect, but she doesn't give up, which is just the best part of the movie. I'm so glad that it wasn't like that the guy didn't lie to her and be like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever read. And it's like no, it's got issues. It's still, you still need to go to school. You should learn how to write. It's like, but you got promise. And then you like got to meet the it's just a good film, I think, for like young people that want to like get into a creative field. Like I kind of wish I had that went back. I wish I had seen Whisper of the Heart before I went into late high school, early college, kind of, because that would have been a good like reminder of like just be humble and just realize you're not going to be perfect right away. So just work to improve yourself. Yeah, he was I loved his. I forget. Like, there's just some really funny scenes with that big fat cat, like where he was just like, where he saved them from the army of the king. The one I haven't seen yet that I keep forgetting to is Porco Rosso, and I hear that one's pretty good, but I just haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Because I think there's like 3 movies I haven't seen from that studio, and it's Porco Rosso, what was it, Palm, the one about the Tanuki, I think it's Palm Poco or something like that, and that one about the that one really early one he did about like the couple that try to get together. I forget what it was called. It's one that came out much later in dubbed. Because I even saw like some of the like people are kind of quick to dismiss his Goro Miyazaki's films, but I think some of them are pretty good. Like, I mean, there's some that I never really saw. Some of them are a bit more like I don't know if based in reality is the right word, but they're kind of like, they're more just like modern dramas, kind of. So they're not as fantastical. Except for, ironically, the one that he was embarrassed about the most, which was the Tales of Earthsea one was, yes. Wait, with the door? Yeah, that you're probably talking about Castle in the Sky. Not Castle in the Sky, you're talking about Howl's Moving Castle. Because that had inside of his moving house was a door that could open to different places. So, I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Don't mean to think it needs that much, even. Because there's a more modern writer that I've been kind of excited about with the one that made like Suzume and Your Name. Those are looking like the next version of like Ghibli films, kind of. And I'm not sure what the person that did Whisper of the Heart, what they're up to, but that was really good. Oh, okay. I don't think that's Ghibli. Or, no, wait, it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is, because it started as a short film in a film festival. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. For some reason, my brain had it as like as one of that other creator. It's a shame that it's so sad that Satoshi Kon passed before he could make even more films, because like they're so good. Like I love like Perfect Blue is really dark, but it's really well made. To the point where like there's some American movies that use it as like Black Swan kind of uses it as a base for their story. And like Paprika is such a fun movie. If you haven't seen it, it's really good. See, I need to see Suzume. I still haven't seen that. Right? Well, it's plus it's later Ghibli, so like yeah, it's just easier to get mixed up a little bit. Cuz like so many other studios are getting better. So yeah, they definitely are similar though. Because like even this is a less popular one, but I think When Marnie Was There was pretty good for a Ghibli. It's that's a Goro Miyazaki one. Definitely more of a slice of life kind of, but I think it's still good. Kind of it has the same traits as most of their movies, which is growing up. So still good, but I'd say that's probably one of his better ones. His son's better ones, because Tales of Earthsea was just like, I don't know if even he could have fixed that. It was just a licensing nightmare, from what I heard. Where like they tried to adapt the books, but they kind of like didn't have permission to do certain parts, I think, and like I forget. It was a mess. Like it's a shame. I kind of wish they had just dropped it, because it really hurt his reputation in the studio, within the company. Like he even, I think, talks about it in that that documentary. Bum, 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 bum. Oops, wrong layer. And I'm really excited for this animation that Sony's doing right now. Like, I'm really excited to see where that goes. Like, everything to do with that has just been really breathtaking. Like, the Spider-Verse, and like, I mean, yeah. I'm so excited to see what they do with the Spider-Verse series in general. Like that last one was really like, I didn't know how they could make it better than the first one, and they found a way by just like letting the first one stay within its, be what it is, and just like build on it in such a great way. Like, I was really worried when they mentioned they were gonna have to like introduce so many characters, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. But they did it. Well, have you ever did you ever see Nausicaa? 'Cause I have the comic for that. Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. It's pretty good. It's like that. It has like. Oh, so you saw you saw the stuff with Tobey Maguire. Spider-Verse is, I think you'd like. It's animated, it's really well done. it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie. It feels like its own thing. Actually, that might be kind of interesting. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Nausicaa's really cool because, like, thank you. Yeah, Patrick Stewart plays this minor character actually, who's the basis for my mustache guy, because he also has a big mustache. I think he's called Omu is his name, but he's like this swordsman, and there's so much lore behind like everything in that movie, but like because it's actually a manga that Hayao Miyazaki wrote, and I have it. It's huge. it's such a long one, but yeah, it's interesting seeing like him do something other than just animation, because like it's just so giant. But like it's like a post-apocalyptic world where like people live in these small villages, and there's like the forest has this moss that like is just spreading everywhere and like destroying everything, and that they're trying to find ways to survive and keep it at bay. And there's these, and the moss also has resulted in like somehow these giant insects appearing, and it's all about like these people trying to survive and coexist with all this. And there's different nations that are like have different points of view on the whole situation, so it's really cool. The movie kind of had to rush through a lot of the points of the manga, so it might feel a little bit like breakneck speed at times, but I think it's still a good story. And they got some big actors other than like Patrick Stewart's the one that I remember. Oh yeah, they also I almost forgot, Shia LaBeouf plays the supporting character in it as this young boy from another nation that she finds and helps rescue from the insects. Yeah, they're gonna be in like a swamp kind of setting. Like, figured I haven't drawn that yet, so it'd be kind of fun to try. Or I did, but I drew a more like more well lit version of that. This is going to be like a darker kind of version where like, because I almost was going to do a rainforest kind of setting, but I'm like, one of them is like black. I don't think she would not live very long unless like they were very lucky. And this brush is pretty good for these background trees because it's got such a soft edge that it kind of looks like everything's out of focus. playing with the atmospheric nature of perspective. It is crazy that, but not surprising that all these anime, like straight to, to theater productions make more than most of the movies this year. Like, what was that? I think both of the Mugen Train and that current one both were like box office records for when they were released. It's an interesting brush. I'm just playing around with it because why not? It's kind of cool. Yeah, well, definitely let me know the time so I can promote you as well on mine. It's been really nice having someone to talk to these times. I feel like it'd be nice to give you a shout out when I can. That's exciting. What's going to be the focus of your channel? Just out of curiosity. And it doesn't have to have one right away, because, honestly, when I started mine, I was just doing art challenges mainly. Like, I was just... So... Because my advice for early, especially in streaming in general, probably is just if you're using Streamlabs, turn off the viewer on the top on like how many people are watching. It helps so much. Especially early on, I think it helped me because like, or just don't look at it. I think that's what I did. I didn't care at first. Like, and I typically just in general try not to care, because it really doesn't. If you're not doing it professionally, it really shouldn't be that big of a concern. I mean, I know that's always the goal, or the dream, is to make it so it's something that's sustainable, but in the beginning, I'd say just have fun. Because I know I have so many art friends that just, like, spin themselves in circles sometimes, it feels, and it's like, buddy, just have fun. It's like, it doesn't have to be drama. Ah! Tuesdays from Fridays. That's gonna be... Well, we'll see. Maybe that'll be possible. I do stream on both those days. If anything, I'll at least be able to put you on in the back. I'll lurk if I can't talk. And I'll try to, like, pipe in here and there, because it's YouTube and you have to say something. But, yeah. That's good to know, though. Have you made an imprint account or a I think you can also like set up something on Displate, or I'm not sure how the t-shirt sites are, because I know they do prints as well, but I heard that imprint's pretty good, but I could be wrong. I made an account, but I haven't put anything up there yet. I should put some of these dinosaurs up there, actually. Like, these would probably sell pretty good. But like the Spicamelis, I definitely want to put that one up there if I start, because that one was so much fun to do. See, I need to maybe this. I have a week off coming in December. I think I'm just gonna like try and get with my friend who she set up a Discord, and I'll try and get mine to be fully functional, because I have one. It just doesn't really totally work yet. I mean, it works for me, but I don't have it so people can join. I don't think. Because, or, I mean, you probably could, but it just wouldn't be as secure as I'd like. I think. So I'd have to look into that. That's very true. Okay. Cool. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, because I'd hate to miss it. I'd love to have it on in the background, like draw along with you. And have to get on your Discord when you get that up too. And I'll tell you, once I get mine working, I'll tell you what it is, so you can join that too. Because, yeah, it'll be... Once I figure out all that. Trying to figure out what I should do. You know what? I have an idea. Maybe some reference would be actually useful. Oops. Oops, that's on top of that layer. Yeah, absolutely. Plus, it's just more fun to just draw along with other people. I mean, that's why I love these art challenges to begin with. Is it's just a way to connect with other artists who are doing the same thing. Like Inktober, before people started to... I was doing it before people started... I sound like a hipster right now. I was doing it before it was cool. No. But I was doing it back when, like, it was a lot lower stress. Like, I'm not sure why people... or what made people start to get stressed with it. Because it really is... it's super low stakes. Like any of those art challenges... I think if you really if you're realistic, they're not high stakes at all. Like I never tell myself I'm gonna do 31 of this, because I know I don't have that time. If this was my only job, then yeah, I could do 31, but I have a day job, and I'm sure you do. And I'm sure you have things to keep that would keep you busy and not able to do that too, because it's pretty rare to be able to just have that time allotted unless this is your career. And even then, I would say just have fun. Just like you said, it's just a fun way to support each other. Yeah, they do. They expect this. The problem is they expect it, and it's like, guys, there's no guarantees in this. There's no you've reached this level, you're going to be this famous now. And I mean, you just have to look at DeviantArt or Tumblr or all these different, any place really where there's people that post art, because there's plenty of artists out there that run circles around me and have day jobs as well. So, it's like there's no guarantees. So that's why I think that it's great that you're just doing it just to connect and have fun, because that's the main thing, I think. Oops, I don't want to do that. It's too far away to be that sharp. Because, yeah, I think... And that's why it's good to find a specific area of art that you like the most, because then it's easier to be passionate about it. Like I have a friend who is doing a sci-fi comic. He was in the last stream. Yeah, D. He's doing a sci-fi comic, and he loves that genre. That doesn't look right. I'm trying to do these dangling vines. Or dangling But like even like some of the bigger names out there, like I mean, he's not even a big name, but Sean Cheeks Galloway, like his art is really cool. He did if you ever saw that cartoon Spectacular Spider-Man, he was involved in the character creation for that. Like that the way that they have the big eyes that are with the no pupils, and he did the Hellboy animated movies. And yeah, I mean, he's got some deals here and there, but he's not. I don't think he's like a huge name. Or Scotty Young. Scotty Young. I mean, I know who he is, but I doubt your average person on the street would know who that is. Like he's a really popular. I mean, he's really got some great art. Like he did the Wizard of Oz comic that looks really fun. Like I have one of them, but I don't have any of the newer stuff. But like, yeah. And like people like Gaiman, I mean, like they weren't popular. I mean, they're actually, well, they are, but they were popular within a certain group of people, and only more recently, like, was better known to the public because of a few things that made it to TV. I used to like read all those novels. Them and Terry, like his and the Terry Pratchett was another really good one. Like his books were really fun. Like Guards is such a fun book. If you ever get a chance to like even do the audiobook for it, because I think there must be some good audiobooks out there for it now. But it's really funny. It's about a this really tall guy that was raised by dwarves who like goes to this city and essentially just like that's pretty much run by like an assassin's guild, and a dragon has taken over, and it's all kinds of fun chaos. Like there's literally a part, like one of the first things he does on the force is walks into a bar where the head of the Assassin's Guild is, with the commissioner, who's very used to like how things work in this town, and he basically walks in and says, "Everyone, you're under arrest." and the captain of the guard's like, "We're gonna die. You've just guaranteed us death." So those are really fun. I'm still waiting to hear about the Mistborn series, because Sanderson keeps talking about like that might be a show, or maybe it won't be a show, or maybe it will be a show, and it's like, just tell us. If it's not, that's fine, but just tell me. Eh? Why is this? Oh, because it's... Maybe because... Oh, yeah. I see. Yeah, I follow this one artist who apparently did some work on the Mighty Nine animated show, and I didn't know it at the time, so I embarrassed myself a little because I was like, he was listing off all these shows he's excited about, and I listed that, and he's like, I'm doing work on that. I'm like, and I tried to play it cool, like, oh yeah, silly me, but I'm like, but no, buddy, I don't. I'm sorry, I really don't. It's like. Like, this might surprise you, but not everyone knows who you are. But I didn't want to be rude, so I didn't say that. See, because he wasn't mean on his side, so I'm like, why be mean back, you know? Trying to add a little bit more color because it's still a swamp, just because it's a... some foliage. Let's find a brush that's better though. I doubt I'm the first person that's done that to him, though. Because, like, I've seen that happen to plenty of artists where they're just like, it's like, yeah, this. Someone's like, oh, this thing's so cool. Do you know about it? He's like, yeah, I'm selling it here. It's my book. I think one of the funniest, like, and awkward things I saw at a convention once was I was next to this girl that was I forget what she was selling, but this kid just walks up and starts hitting on her, and she was like in her late 20s. I'm like, wow, this kid's got guts. And then she reveals to him, and he's like, he kind of got embarrassed and walked away. And she looks to me and goes, "Don't say anything." Like, I didn't say anything. I was like, oh boy, that's... Have you ever done the con circuit? Like, I know over there's a couple good ones in the UK, I heard. Like, gosh, I'm like, I know of at least one that I heard about, but I can't remember it offhand. But honestly, over here, I mean, there's I don't see a reason to do it yet until I have like some more work. Let's see, where's that brush? Oops, nope. Nope. Trying to find them. There we go. Well, kind of, not really. Anything that looks like leaves. There you go. Yeah, I want to try some art fairs too. I think that I might try some local ones, because that's the biggest thing, isn't it? It's like just putting down all that money for going somewhere far away that's quite that's a big risk. So kind of want to try somewhere close with some art fairs first, because there's a couple here too, like just in this town, but I don't want to venture too far, because I know some people that like just roll the dice sometimes, but I've also heard too many stories of people who are like, oh yeah, I made like a fifth of what the costs were, and I'm like, I can't do that. Because even local, I had one convention where I made like fraction of what I spent on printing, so I'm like, let's take a break for a little while. At least until like I get a little bit more well known, so people will be more prone to approach. It also didn't help that year I was next to someone that was drawing like anything from pop culture as cats, so kittens. So yeah, I'm like, well, I'm doomed. I was a much earlier artist, and there was some next to me drawing cats, so instant loss. It's like just pack up. But I had a nice neighbor, so I didn't care. But And sometimes that's all you can do with those, is just like use them to meet up with people and do some networking. But I would probably only do that at like less expensive ones, you know, like an art fair, like you were saying, because yeah. Yeah. Yeah, cats. Cats for the win. This is coming on good. Made some good progress on this today. Yeah, because we have a couple art fairs here, even one that's not too far from me, and it'd be nice to try. Because I don't think they're that expensive to get into. Usually they're not that bad. So. Yeah, like I remember I used early on when quite a while ago. I used to use this one convention a city over, because that's where I went to college there, and like it was just a fun way to. It wasn't expensive to get into that convention, and it was an easy way to reconnect with some friends that were still in college. Because it's like tricky getting around people's schedules and everything, especially when they live in a different city. But yeah, once you get your stream up, your Discord up, let me know, because if you ever want someone to draw along with, I really like getting into those, and just having chat on, but just just listening to some music and talking like this, and just both working on our projects. Like sometimes I find myself being even more productive during that. Because I used to do that with this animation project I'm working on. I would go into the meetings with the voice actors and just draw the storyboards while they were talking, and I made so much more progress with them than I did alone. And I'm excited for next year when we're going to be doing that again. And honestly, all I did was I was in the right place at the right time with that, which is I can't believe I finally got one of those. Because usually I'm hearing other people be like, yeah, wow, I lucked out here. And it's like, good. But no, yeah, it'd be really fun to draw along with you sometime. This is looking pretty good. I might actually step away and let it for like the night and fix it tomorrow, or at least a couple hours, and then do some final touches on it. But I think for now, this looks pretty cool actually. It's definitely its own thing, and like I do really like the atmospheric, like hazy, like use of the brush to make the trees in the background. That came out really good. So, but yeah, let me know when you get that. You have to just send me a like I do. Is it in my? It should be in my about page, I think, right? I think it's there. Yeah, the Instagram's the first thing. Yeah. So you can either want to just either send me a message through that, or through just send a DM through this, or either way it works for me. I don't check Blue Sky at all, so that's the only place that won't work. Like, you can add me there if you want, but I really don't check that one much. I used to put like my Twitch up there sometimes, but I never really got many hits from it, so I might even get rid of it. Just because, not because I have anything against it, more just because, like I said, it's just not doing much for me. So I might, maybe I'll start using it again later, maybe when I start seeing more from it, but I don't see a point at the moment. I don't like that. Let me get rid of that. Nice. Yeah. But thanks for sticking around with me. I think I'm going to call it here. And I'll be back again next week on Wednesday. But I mean, I'll be on my other stream on Twitch tomorrow. So I really appreciate you just having me on and chatting with me a bunch. I really appreciate that. It really helps keep me focused. So I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And yeah, if nothing else, I'll see you. Hopefully I'll see you next Wednesday, or maybe we'll be able to chat before that through your Discord if you get that up. So yeah, have a great one.